Hello, my name is Rob Calloway, and I'm a BizTalk instructor here at QuickLearn. In this short video, I want to explain what you can expect if you attend our BizTalk Server for Administrators course. This BizTalk training course includes topics relevant to application operators, network and system administrators, and SQL database administrators who are expected to support BizTalk Server environments. We offer 3 ways for you to attend this course. You can attend in person in the same classroom with other students and the instructor teaching the course. You can attend the class remotely from your home or office using conferencing technologies. You'll be able to see everything on the instructor's computer while the instructor can see everything on your computer, making the lecture, demo, and lab experience exactly like attending in person, but without the potential travel expenses and time away from home. If you have more than 5 people in your organization that need to attend this training, we can typically bring this training to you for far less than sending them to us. We start our week with an introduction to BizTalk Server. In this module, we discuss what is BizTalk, what does BizTalk do, and why do we care about BizTalk? We also talk about typical server topologies in the BizTalk environment and the components that make up a BizTalk Server application. In Module 2, we address the installation and configuration of BizTalk Server environments. We start by discussing typical considerations that should be made before building any new BizTalk environment. Then we talk about the process of actually installing and configuring BizTalk Server. In the lab for Module 2, you'll create a new BizTalk environment by installing and configuring BizTalk Server on multiple servers. We start Tuesday with Module 3. In Module 3, we talk about how to take a BizTalk application created by our development team and deploy it to a runtime environment. This conversation includes discussions about the requirements of application deployment, manual deployment with and without MSIs, and scripting application deployment processes. In the lab for this module, you deploy an application from an MSI and troubleshoot a number of configuration issues related to the application deployment. In Module 4, we talk about managing the applications deployed to our BizTalk environment. This includes starting and stopping the application, creating new send and receive ports, and configuring subscriptions. In Module 4's lab, you'll create send and receive ports that use a variety of adapters to integrate with several different kinds of systems. In Module 5, we discuss using Enterprise Single Sign-On, a subsystem of BizTalk Server, to create account mappings used by BizTalk's send and receive ports. You'll learn how to create account mappings and how to configure send and receive adapters to use those account mappings. On Wednesday, we start with a module on tracking and troubleshooting BizTalk applications. After a conversation and demo about tracking options and the troubleshooting tools for BizTalk, you'll then do a lab where you are required to solve 6 different errors in BizTalk applications. In Module 7, we discuss everything related to BizTalk Server performance. Conversations include database and server optimizations, application design considerations, typical requirements of performance tests, performance monitoring tools, and BizTalk Server throttling mechanism. We also examine the advanced performance optimizations enabled through the BizTalk Server settings dashboard, which is a new feature for BizTalk Server 2010. In the lab, you'll run a series of performance tests adjusting BizTalk settings between each test to see the effects of the changes you make. We end Wednesday by talking about Business Rules Engine. The Business Rules Engine enables abstraction of process logic from the application code into business rule policies. This enables dynamic changes to the process logic at runtime. In this module, you'll learn about managing, deploying, and versioning business rule policies used by BizTalk applications. Thursday starts with a module on monitoring BizTalk Server operations using System Center Operations Manager, more commonly known as Ops Manager. Ops Manager is invaluable when monitoring BizTalk environments that consist of multiple BizTalk processing servers in addition to the SQL Server infrastructure that BizTalk sits on top of. In the lab for Module 9, you will install Ops Manager in the BizTalk Server Management Pack. In addition to creating your own alerts, you'll trigger Ops Manager alerts from the BizTalk Management Pack by causing failures in a BizTalk application. You also examine the performance reports provided with the BizTalk Management Pack. We continue the day with a conversation about business-to-business integration using parties, role links, and the new EDI capabilities in BizTalk Server 2010. After an introduction to the concepts of parties and role links, we explore the nuanced configuration of profiles and agreements that enables EDI-based integration solutions. In the lab for Module 10, you'll configure parties, profiles, and agreements to enable EDI and Edifact-based integration. Thursday ends with a conversation about business activity monitoring, or BAM. BAM enables us to create custom tracking solutions for our BizTalk applications. In this module, we'll discuss the underlying BAM architecture, as well as the process of designing and implementing custom tracking activities. Friday is typically a short day because we only have one scheduled conversation. This conversation is about creating and implementing a disaster recovery plan for BizTalk Server. We drill deep into creating recovery plans for Enterprise Single Sign-On, for the BizTalk processing tier, and for BizTalk databases in SQL Server. The Disaster Recovery Lab is awesome. In it, you'll fully configure and implement log shipping of the BizTalk Server databases from one SQL Server to another. You'll see BizTalk applications start execution on one database server and complete on another. After the disaster recovery module, we provide open lab time for you to revisit any previous labs or ask additional instructions of your instructor.